Good Friday afternoon, YouTube modeling community. Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Hope everyone's doing well. We had a little event blow through here yesterday morning called Hurricane Zeta. Sure am glad she is gone. Man, she wreaked havoc here on Georgia. Tell you what, we didn't have any damage here at the house. We lost power at about 4 o'clock yesterday morning. The wind started picking up around 03:30. And when I left out for work at 04:30 yesterday morning, she was wreaking havoc. It was a long drive in for me. I work at Hartsfield, Atlanta, and normally it's a good 45 to an hour drive, which it took me a full hour to get to work. But dodging tree limbs, having to take traffic lights were out. Man, it was terrible. I wish I'd stayed at home, but I had to be there yesterday, so I showed up and didn't get home last night till about 8:30. But I did hear over the course of the day that about 900,000 people lost power yesterday here in Georgia, and we were one of them. But I was thankful to get it back last night. But like I say, I hope everyone that was affected by Hurricane Zeta is doing well. Thoughts and prayers go out to y'all. But wanted to give everyone an update on Project Cuda. Why do I call it that? I have no earthly idea. My buddy Jerry Waddell, we in a lot of our texts and conversations, we just started calling it this. So I'm calling it Project Cuda times 3. Why? Because it took 3 kits to actually get it to this stage right here. The original kit is the Revell 70 Plymouth Cuda, which has the purple box art on it. I did not go with purple. I wanted to go with something very bright, so I painted it candy lime green, which the paint really, I am very pleased with it. Man, this thing shines like a diamond in a goat's ass. About 4 coats of clear on this from the Tamiya TS13. I was telling everyone and everybody, if you've been following this bill, I have, I want to debunk the mystery of you have to airbrush everything. No, you don't. This particular build right here was not airbrushed as far as this body. This is straight out of the rattle can. I did the silver base as far as started out with silver base. Then I came back with the candy lime green out of the rattle can. I came back once all that was dried, applied the decals. I sprayed 4 coats of TS13 out of the rattle can and let it basically just let it cure out for about 5 days before I even started remotely thinking about polishing it up. And here you go. I mean, proof's in the pudding. You don't have to go to the expense of buying an airbrush, learning it if you've never used one, and learning how to mix or anything like that. But folks, there you go. Proof's in the pudding. There you go. Rattle can paint job. Like I say, I'm pleased with it. Really, this has been a really fun build for me. I'm glad Jerry twisted my arm, but I kind of did want to debunk the mystery that you don't have to have an airbrush in order to achieve a show finish. From rattle can. So the only thing, folks, that I did airbrush a lot of as far as the interior and stuff. Why? Because it gives a little bit better finish. But got everything as far as the interior right here is done. This is just the stock interior that comes out of the Plymouth Cuda kit. The only thing that is not stock about it is normally it has a rear seat with the big meats that I'm putting in the back with the Pro Street. There's no room for a bench seat, so I took it out. Built as far as this piece right here in the back to where it will cover up and use the package tray that comes along with the kit. And did everything as far as the wood grain dash on the dash, as far as on the console, and got it to that point. Then just pretty much did the flocking, added the seat belts, and that's a stock interior, guys. Going over to the big Hemi right there. That's the that come from another kit that I don't know what it came out of as far as the donor for it, but it was part of a stash build buyout that I bought from my buddy David Duncan. Took this engine that he had used in another build and stripped it down, throwed it in old Purple Pine, and did a little bit more detail work on it. And there's where we're at with the as far as the Protect hoses and the fittings and everything to link the carburetors down to the fuel block, and wired it, plumbed it, and that's where we're at right there. Let's set this out of the way. Let me flip it over. Haven't done a whole lot yet to underneath of it, just other than got it detail painted. I did put the K member front end under it. That way I could kind of judge where I had to mount the engine in there. So engine's all glued in. The K member is just mocked up, and I'll be putting the finishing up this underneath of it with the tie rods probably today sometime. So I'm probably going to devote a little time to that. So still got a little bit of detail work to do. Got to do the front end. Got the back painted in. Got the Cuda decal in the back on that. The bare metal foil is done. The windshield front and rear is in. Got the big meats ready to set up under it. Just a lot of things that are painted up. The rear valance, the front grill, it's ready to be detailed. You got the rear spoiler to go back there. Just a lot of, there's the narrowed rear end that'll go up under it. Got to detail as far as the shocks and everything in it. But just a few more pieces to be painted and to add it on to it. Got a battery that I'm going to detail up and set over in the engine compartment. Still got to put once everything gets married up as far as the body and the frame, I will slide the radiator down through there and get the Protect hoses linked from the radiator over to the engine. I'm going to take one of my resin cast fans. I'm going to mount it to the front of the radiator and detail it up a little bit. And try to get this thing buttoned up this weekend. I'm going to do my very best. Haven't got the hood painted on it yet. I'm going to leave. I'll tell you what. Drop me a direct message. Anybody that comments on this, I'm going to use this hood. And as far as this is a template that I cut from from that hood right there of how to, as far as where I need to position, over the blower itself. But here's what I like to do. Once I get the body in there, I'll take the mocked up hood, which is really just a piece of cardboard. And once I get the body mounted onto the frame itself, I'll take that and see how it fits around the blower belts, and the linkages and everything. That way, once I trim out around that, and before I paint it, I'll set it over that, trace out that image over the top of the hood, very carefully cut that hood out as far as the opening for that, and then test it around it as far as the blower and the carbs and the scoop right there. Then I'll paint it right there. But what I really like I'm not 100% certain yet what color I'm gonna do the hood. A lot of these hoods were flat black. I like to use NATO black, which is a little, it's got a little bit of gloss, not a whole lot of gloss, but but I don't know if I want to do it as far as I say sublime green. This is not sublime green; it's candy green. But let me know. Just drop me a message down there. What color y'all'd like to see it, and I'll go from that. I really appreciate everybody's comments as far as on my builds. I really appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody subscribing, giving me the thumbs up. If there's something you don't like, give me a thumbs down. I mean, that's part of what it is. If you don't like something, that's fine. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I hope everybody is enjoying this build, watching me put this one together and debunking the mysteries of airbrushing or rattle cans. But like I say, folks, I really appreciate your comments and everything. Remember, folks, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Happy out of here.